You don't need motivation. You need discipline.
And that is why in this video, we're going to outline why it is way more important to have discipline rather than motivation.
Motivation comes and goes. It's based on your feeling. We all get the sudden urge of feeling motivated. Whether that's after watching a movie, at the 3 a.m. night before we go sleep, we get this sudden urge of motivation. But what happens the next day? It just dies down. This is why motivation only lasts so long. It only gets you up and going. But then it's what discipline is what you need. Keep you going.
Every single one of you have been motivated previously, but the reason why you're not disciplined is because you're not there in the mind right now. It is a lot more difficult for you to stay disciplined because it takes a lot of rigorous work. However, becoming motivated is something that comes and goes so easily. Even a small distraction or idea in your mind could get you motivated or not.
So just like using a flint and stone, the motivation is like a spark to start a flame. But once the flame is up and running, you don't need to keep sparking it again because you've already got the flame. You need to add fuel to it so it keeps burning. And that's where the discipline comes in. There's no point of you keep sparking and sparking because the flame is already there. What you gotta do is keep the flame going now.
Now, the main issue with motivation is that you don't know when it's going to run out. It is extremely unpredictable. You're not guaranteed to see results because if that urge suddenly goes away, that's it, you're done. You're left alone in the dark. However, that's the difference when it comes to discipline. Discipline is the thing that's going to carry you all the way out. When you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, you're going to crawl all the way until you get to the end.
You get so used to the dark that your eyes adjust to it and you no longer need the motivation, which is hoping for this light at the end of the tunnel.
Motivation feeds off of your emotions. However, discipline is embedded into your body, your mind, and your soul. It's like a fuel adding to the fire. It's going to explode and it's going to carry you all the way to the end, bright and bold.
So some examples of tasks that require discipline are, for instance, by going to the gym. It requires discipline to set yourself goals to go to the gym every single day. Whether you don't feel like it, whether you're tired, or whether you had a busy day, you must work out, you must train. Because there are days where you feel sick or you feel down or you just don't feel like doing it. But the task must be done. It requires discipline to pick up an extra shift, to do double hours, to stay overtime, or even pick up a side hustle whilst you're running your main business.
Because it is imperative that you improve out of the situation you're in. You're not going to make it out if you're not putting in that extra work. It takes discipline to put other people in front of your self-interest. It is extremely difficult to constantly pull yourself back, put other people at first. However, if you're able to do that, good things will come back for you. It's literally how the world works. It's called karma.
Life is like a circle. What goes around comes around. And trust me, it's not that hard. It sounds much worse than it is. But there are certain tasks that you do even as a day-to-day basic, which you don't even notice, which is set discipline already ingrained to you. For instance, brushing your teeth. All of us, at least, brush our teeth at night and once in the morning. Well, I hope so anyway. No matter how tired we come back from work, from school, whether we had food, whether we came from after a training session, before we go sleep, we must brush our teeth. No matter what the conditions are, even if we're drunk, even if we're tired. By the way, we don't condone being drunk, but as a side note, you must brush your teeth before you go to sleep. And most of the times, you don't even bat an eye. You don't say, oh, I don't feel like it, because you know the consequences. You know it's bad for you. So what do? You brush your teeth and then go sleep. You've got used to it. Another thing, for instance, is waking up to go to school or to work. Even though you might have stayed up late night, or you have a hard time sleeping the night before, you still get up at 5, 6, 7 in the morning, whatever your time is. Because once that alarm goes off, there's no faffing around. You have to get up, put your clothes on, and head to work. And if you go to school, you gotta get up, wear your uniform, and head to school. Because once that alarm goes off, you have to get up and go.
Now, there were a couple of examples that Pulsar has explained to you guys of things that you're already been built into you, that have been embedded into your system, of things which are required for discipline for you to achieve. Discipline is extremely important, and I hope that we outlined a few of the key areas which would help you guys improve on it as well. Remember that if you want to make it to the top, you need to require all of the assets and skills to be there, and discipline is one of the main factors that people are lacking in that department right now. Now, it is important that you set a certain amount of tasks for yourself to do, whether that's going to the gym, doing extra shifts at work, if you have to do overtime at the school to be able to finish your homework, whatever it is in your scenario. Set examples or tasks that require discipline to complete.
If you can do the task regardless of how you're feeling or how it makes you feel, then you're already winning. By being able to postpone the gratification of doing that task, you've already succeeded more than 99% of people. Because if you're willing to wait at least a year, for instance, good things will come. Like bodybuilding or learning a new language, anything that may be. Success doesn't happen overnight. So take your time. And don't be always in a rush to see the results. Give it time, but use your discipline to keep getting at it. Chip away, and before you know it, you've mastered something that no one else has, or a very small percentage has, which puts you into the top echelons of men. So thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. We love to hear back from you guys. And for the meantime, stay traditional.